Oh my goodness, everybody. We're live on YouTube for the first time with High Glass Productions. How are you doing today? My name is Sarah Glassman. I'm the co-founder, and I'm here to... And hold on just one second. I just realized that I need to turn my YouTube page off. Anyway, I'm here to host a show called Songbird. It's a songwriting series, and we're going to have an amazing array of eclectic artists today, from songwriters to poets to voiceover extraordinaires. So thank you for joining me today. We are raising money for an organization called Women in Music. It is a nonprofit organization, and it was founded back in 1985 here in New York City, where I'm broadcasting from today. And Women in Music is committed to educating, empowering, and advancing women in the music industry. So it's a pretty exciting thing. I'm a woman in music myself, and we have a lot of amazing women and men as well here today, but we are supporting women in music. So if you have it in the means, if you have the means to do so, if you have the heart to do so, we're just asking for a $10 donation via Venmo. And all you have to do is, download the Venmo, VENMO app, and the tag is High Glass Productions. So yeah, we'll see it in the comments as we go through. And yeah, without further ado, I would love to bring our first artist up. Her name is Alicia LaRobin. And yeah, Alicia, are you here? She's coming.
There
she is. Hey girl, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I just, first of all, I want to thank you for being a part of our last show, the Let Us Breathe. It was pretty powerful.
Yeah, that was fun.
If you guys haven't had the chance to hear Alicia perform from that show, if you check out our High Glass page, or also if you check out Alicia's page, you can check out the videos from that. She, as I am, I'm a church musician, and Alicia is, and I would love to hear more about what you've been doing. You've been doing worship sets for the church at the Well in Memphis. Is that correct?
Yeah. So the church has been doing online services since the first lockdown. They have not gone back to an actual building. And yeah, every week I record about a 15-minute set, depending on, what the Spirit is telling me to sing. And they go live every Sunday at 12:15 Central Standard Time at the church at the Well, or actually their Facebook is the Well Church. So they go live on Facebook, and it's really exciting. It's been a blessing to be able to still lead worship in some capacity, since my church here in Nashville is not meeting.
I can totally understand that. We started up here in New York, but to be able to live stream like that, that's amazing. So we can just go on the page, The Well, and we can check out your stuff.
Yep.
Very cool. All right. And you also recently graduated college, right?
I did. For some reason, I like school. So this was my second bachelor's. I actually got in music this time. The first time I went to school, I got an English degree and tried to teach school, and that went horribly wrong. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just finished and then immediately started a master's program online. So apparently
good for you.
Like I said, just like school.
Okay. Well, how did moving classes from, being in person to virtual affect you? Because, musically, you want to be live one-on-one with people.
It was the worst. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Like, Belmont tried, but to be a vocal major songwriting emphasis and have to sit, behind a computer and try to listen to songs and try to do voice lessons with the lag. And it just was... It was not the best. I'm glad that I was nearing completion, but I really feel for anybody who's having to do that as a music student.
Sure. And you also, your senior recital was live virtual, right?
Yeah, I did my senior recital back in August with no audience. It was just me and my band. But I mean, that ended up being a blessing in disguise, because so many more people were able to see it. Versus had it been at Belmont. A lot of my family members are in Georgia, so they wouldn't have been able to come. So Or
I watched it and it's amazing. You guys should check it out on YouTube if you haven't yet.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for being with us, Alicia. You want to tell us a little bit about the songs you're sharing with us today?
Sure. So I think both of the songs I actually did at my senior recital. I'm not sure which one is going first, but these were songs that I wrote either for songwriting class or as a result of something I started in songwriting class. So one of them is called All Right With Me, and it's basically my ode to my hometown. I'm super country. And actually the class, it was supposed to be a country song. We were trying to learn how to write country songs, and I can't take the R&B out of me. So it doesn't sound country, but that was my goal. And then the other song I actually wrote for my brother and sister-in-law when they got married. I wrote it specifically for them. It's called That's What Love Is.
Very cool. And one more thing before I let you go, do you want to plug your YouTube channel for us so we can all follow you?
Yes, please, 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 please. My YouTube channel is just Alicia LaRobin. You can go search if you want to type in, the address is youtube.com/Alicia LaRobin, all one word, ALACIALAROBIN. I'll actually type it because I'm watching this on YouTube too. So when you see my name pop up in the comments, that's me. So just click on it and please subscribe. We got some really good stuff coming out. And I hope you guys will like it and comment, and on my Instagram, everything on mine is Alicia LaRobin. So yeah.
Wonderful. Yes, please follow her. Please stay in touch with her. She's an amazing musician. And thank you, Alicia, for being here. Please enjoy this performance.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Alicia LaRobin here. So glad to be a part of another High Glass production. The song that I'm going to be sharing with you all first is a song that I wrote for my brother and his wife on their wedding day. It is called That's What Love Is. Picture perfect poses edited out and made for two. Fairy tale adventures wrapped in thoughts of me and you. Memories filled with laughter of love so young and new. No healthy realization of the pain we might go through. There'll be days when you wanna walk away, but pray for faith, yeah, to stay. 'Cause saying I do is the easy part. Living I do when the road gets hard. That's what love is. That's what love is. Yeah. That's what love is. That's what love is. Yeah. So don't let the trappings of this world contaminate our love, yeah. What we have between the two factions may not be enough, and it takes more than just lofty words to make the marriage work. So pray for faith, yeah, to stay. Yeah. 'Cause saying I do is the easy part.
That's what love is. Yeah. That's what love is. Oh, yeah. That's what love is. That's what love is. Thank you. Okay, so this next song I wrote in honor of my hometown, Adel, Georgia, a very small town in South Georgia, and I wrote it just to celebrate all the things that make Adel. It's very country. It's very small town, you know, and proud of it type place to be. So this is called All Right With Me. Candy coated pager, people cigarettes, hanging out in the parking lot till the moon's over the skin. Recreation softball and a Sunday afternoon, yeah. Putting on my play clothes when I got home from school. My brother takes vacation, he's swimming in above ground pools, and it might be country. It's alright with me. Oh, it's alright with me. There's a church on every corner, service every day. Squeaky doors and wooden floors make it hard to stay awake. Going over grandma's house makes a holiday, yeah. It's getting close to Christmas time, and you gotta stay away, yeah. And somehow your closest friends you treat like family, yeah. It might be country, it's alright with me. Oh, yeah, it's alright with me, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dad caught a large brown bass and made the local news, yeah. Still on your football fans, it doesn't matter if we win or lose. No place I'd rather live, and always pick it if I had to choose, yeah. And it might be country, yeah. It's alright with me, yeah. Oh, 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 thank you.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Alicia LaRobin, thank you. That was so beautiful. You are so talented. And if you haven't followed her yet on YouTube, please do, because she's going to be bringing us great things in the future. Once again, you guys, we've already started raising money for women in music. So thank you for all that have donated so far. If you haven't taken a look yet, it's womeninmusic.org. It's an organization that represents and empowers women and helps them, you know, become a part of the music industry. So please help us raise money for that. All you have to do is Venmo High Glass, HI Glass Productions. And yeah, all the proceeds today are going towards that. And without further ado, I'd like to bring up our next artist, Megan Poles. Megan, are you here?
Hi.
I can hear you, girl.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be a ghost because it's October. Spooky. Okay.
Happy almost Halloween.
I know. What?
Isn't it crazy? I can't believe that it's October already.
It's insane.
That's why I wore my dark lipstick. I got my fall look going.
Yeah, you're ready. You're like spooky season.
Totally. So yeah, what's been going on with you? First, I do want to congratulate you on all the crazy, amazing accomplishments that you have started for yourself from the beginning. And I know that you just started, like your career began with opera, right?
Yeah, so I was an opera singer when I first moved to New York, and I kind of decided that it wasn't filling my soul, and it just wasn't giving me the same feeling as like, you know, sitting down with my guitar and writing out my feelings was. So
I can understand that. I studied opera as well. And
I know, twins.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So what have you been up to? I know that you're about to start a songwriting business. Is that?
Yeah, so that's probably not gonna happen till like next year, but I
Okay.
am gonna be launching a Patreon in December. So I'm excited about that.
And for those who don't know what Patreon is, could you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so basically Patreon is an online community that people can join and pay monthly and, you know, kind of get to see a little bit more of my process, hear some new songs. You know, you're going to be the first people to hear a song before it comes out and just to know a little bit more about the process of writing. And I'm going to share a lot about, you know, all of the songs that I've written in quarantine and stories behind those. And yeah, it's just been it'll be a really like fun community, and I'm really excited for that.
Well, very cool. Well, speaking of, writing in quarantine, what has that experience been like for you? Has it inspired you to write more?
Oh my god, yes. Like seriously, I think sometimes I write 3 songs in one day, and I'm just like,
Wow.
this is just never kind of really happened for me, but it's because I'm sitting so alone with my thoughts, and you know, there's so much going on in the world. And I just had an ear surgery like a month ago, so that was just like also something that I really felt like I had to write about and keep going. And yeah.
Sure. I mean, music's food for the soul, right? If you are able to pour your heartstrings out, it's like therapy. So
Yes.
good for you for being able to do that, and for sharing everything with us. I mean, it's really hard to be vulnerable like that. So thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I also know that you're a huge supporter of this charity. Do you want to plug it a little bit? Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah. I am a huge like women in music stan, as the Twitter kids say. I think this organization is just so important because there's not enough, you know, women in music who are producers, songwriters. You know, a majority of the music industry, unfortunately, is male, and it is so important to raise the women up in music and, you know, give to them, support them, like show future generations of women who are waiting for this chance to make a difference in the music industry. Just like let's do it. Like,
Girl, I am absolutely with you. Being one of the few female, piano bar shift people out here in New York City, like I am all about like sharing, the empowerment of women in music and trying to help them to get to the next level. Like we need to be out there, right? So yeah, if you have it in your heart, please help us, raise some money for this charity. It's an amazing group. So before I share this music that Megan has performed, do you have any updates on a new release, like any new music coming out?
There will be new releases. I'm thinking I'm doing something will come out in October, and then I'm gonna take a month off and let the election kind of ruin our lives. And then coming back in December with something.
Well, wonderful. Well, we look forward to that. Everybody who has not followed Megan Poles yet, please do so on social media. She's incredible. She's one of the most unique artists I've ever seen, and she's got one of the sweetest hearts. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Do you want to announce the songs that you're performing for us?
Yes. So the first one is It's called Ghost of Sound. And I wrote this song back like a year ago before before all this surgery and everything had to happen. So it's like it was kind of foreshadowing that I knew something was going to happen with my ear and my hearing. And it kind of talks about like childhood ghosts in our lives and how they haunt us and just sort of facing those sort of fears that go on. In the silence, in the darkness, do we listen? Do we listen? In the silence, in the darkness, do we listen? Looking back now, in silence, was I listening? Was I listening? 'Cause all I hear now are the ghosts of sound. The ghost of sound. Oh, please don't come take it away. I need this magic power. Stay. I promise I'll protect you. Ghost of sound. Ghost of sound. I can hear now the ghost of sound. With me now, ghost of sound. Ghost of sound. That's one. So this next one is another one that I wrote in quarantine. And it's a little darker. Basically I put myself in this position of somebody who was on this earth for a while, and I thought of my Oma. I thought of my Oma, and she's 97 years old, and she's still here. She's still on Earth, and I think, it's just so courageous that she suffered 2 strokes and she's still here. She's still killing it. And so I think this song it talks a lot about that sort of feeling that no matter what happens to you, you're still here for a reason. I sit alone. I wait for somebody. I pray alone. I pray for anybody. Lately it's just been darkness. I don't know how to I wait for salvation to come. I lived on the ground for so long. I sit alone. I'll wait for my time to come. I pray alone. I pray that it will be done. Lately it's still darkness. Don't know how to find the light. I pray to God up above, Him to get me through the night. 'Cause it's a hard road when you don't know. It's a long road when you don't grow. I've been here for 10,000 years, and I'll remain through 10,000 days. I'm done. It was called 10,000 Rains, by the way. I did not say what that was called. Oops.
Megan, thank you so much. That was awesome.
I forgot to say what the song was called.
It's okay. We still embraced it and loved it. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Follow her, everybody. Megan Pulls. All right, everybody. I want to bring up Mark Olesko, AKA Lyra Vega. Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm as good as I can be considering where we are right now, but yeah.
I feel you, but it is October 1st. It's a little cooler out, so.
It is, and I actually love October because it's spooky season. I'm just so into horror movies, so I can't wait to have a marathon of them every day.
Do you have a Lyra Halloween performance maybe in the works?
That's so funny you mentioned that. I actually was thinking about today, because my, by the way, if you're watching, Lyra's my drag character's name. I do drag artistry as well as music. And I was thinking today, usually I try to look really pretty, but I think I want to find a way to look really just scary and just not like myself. So that's a good challenge, I think, for this October.
Ooh, I think that'd be super cool. For those who don't know, Lyra Vega is an insanely amazing drag queen. I love watching all of your makeup and your outfits every time. I'm just blown away with the appearance. So
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, Mark has been doing a lot of digital drag. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that experience?
Sure. So like most artists, it's been a hard transition to kind of find a way to continue making your art and also just continue working at your craft without an audience in real life. So I've been doing a lot of live streaming, especially with my drag online with Facebook and Instagram, and even some Zoom stuff like we're doing today to kind of both continue practicing my craft and hopefully also give people entertainment in a time I think that we really need it. And it's been fun. It's also been an interesting way to network. I mean, even tonight, I'm meeting all these new people, which are all awesome so far. And it's just a new way of kind of performing and meeting other people that love what you do and hopefully and vice versa. But people I've never met in real life. So it's an interesting kind of networking, but not networking type thing. But it's really fun.
I'm completely with you. That's why we have High Glass. That's why I started Songbird, so we could bring everybody together and hopefully inspire people to, perform and get themselves out there, let their voices be heard,
Right.
So yeah, I know you've been raising money for a lot of charities. Do you want to speak about anything?
Sure, yeah. So since the end of May, all the performances I've pretty much done on my virtual platforms have been tied to different organizations that I feel are important to raise money and awareness about, including the Black Lives Matter Network and also the Ochre Project, which supports Black transgender women. And also the other big one that I did was Reclaim the Block for a while, which was out in Minneapolis. So I figured that on top of entertaining people, using art as a way of, literally fundraising as I go is a great way, just like we are tonight, to make a difference. Because why not use our voices in a way that can make the world better for not just ourselves, but everyone else too.
That's absolutely correct. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I feel the same way. I've been doing the same stuff with Facebook and all that. And
right.
I always feel good when I see you performing, and all of your live streams of like musical theater, by the way, like
I live.
it makes me want to like revisit all of the scores every time that you, like, for those who don't know, Mark has been playing like scores from start to finish on like live stream, and it's been an inspiration. So I appreciate that.
Well, I think quarantine has given me a new outlet to kind of do stuff like that. Cause I really, like, even on my Instagram, I would never really post like videos of myself playing or singing or anything. But since quarantine, I've had all the time in the world to do that. And I was like, why haven't I done this the whole time? It's so fun to kind of challenge myself to just think of songs that I love that hopefully bring other people joy. And also, again, practice my craft. And like, I miss, for people that don't know, Sarah and I both play at Uncle Charlie's, which was one of our New York City piano bars. And I miss being challenged to kind of play stuff on a whim and perform it, and also rediscover stuff that you haven't heard or played in a long time. So that's what's part of that for me.
Totally. Very cool. Well, everybody who does not know Mark Olesko, you need to know him. You need to know Lyra Vega. Please go follow Lyra, LYRAVEGA on Instagram, and watch her show. She's amazing.
Thank you.
And do you have anything upcoming that you want to, plug before we?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned my drag, because it's funny. I didn't mention this in my videos you're about to see, but these songs are a bunch. They're from a bigger collection of, I'm thinking 6 that I want to like long-term think about as an EP, but I want to make it a drag EP. So that's going to be under that persona, because I want this to be like just unabashed pop and fun and bring people joy. So I've been working with a producer like here and there, slowly but surely, to try to get these to a place where I feel like I hear them in my head.
Yes.
So that's like the biggest thing, but I don't have any like specific performances, unless if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I do probably go live like once a week and do those digital shows. So if you want to see that, see my music and my drag kind of put together.
And you want to see it, believe me, it's a good time. So please check him out. Please check her out, Lyra Vega. And without further ado, we give you Mark Olesko and his live performance.
This first song was inspired by the feeling of hope and optimism for a world after this period of time, which is in many ways a struggle, that we'll find a world, we'll really create a world that is better than we left it before this all started. And the fights that we're fighting for social justice, against brutality, for access and equity are all won, and the world is, beginning to improve for a lot of us. I also kind of wanted to write this parallel to that as a pop song that is about the excitement of finding someone else in that early stage of like, oh wow, this could be something, and that feeling of just like excitement. And this is called So Much More. She's breaking out of the glass with wings to fly, oh yeah, I wanna shout out loud for your last. You and I, flying so high. Don't you wanna finally see something underneath down below? Whoa, stars are made from you and me, bigger than what we can see. So much more. I know there's gotta be so much more. I feel your energy, come on and set me free. So much more. Don't be afraid to step into your light. It's time to leave the dark. Oh, I know it's hard, but don't try to fight. Just let the spark ignite. Don't you wanna finally see something underneath
so much more. I know there's gotta be, I know there's gotta be so much more. I feel your energy, come on and set me free. So much more. I know there's gotta be, I know there's gotta be so much more. I feel your energy, come on and set me free. So much more. Underneath down below. Whoa, stars are made from you and me, bigger than what we can see. So much more. I know there's gotta be, I know there's gotta be so much more. I feel your energy, come on and set me free. So much more. Destiny, so much more, so much more. She's breaking out of the glass. I know there's gotta be, I know there's gotta be. Don't be afraid to step into your light. I know there's gotta be so much more. This second song is about having a situationship that doesn't really quite work out the way you planned, even though you're really invested in it, and it hurts, and I'm sure we've all been there. But also it's about letting go of that feeling of loss and regret and all that stuff, because you can't change it, and hoping that you'll find someone else who's just as good, if not better. And they will be, I promise. This is called Try. Yeah, I've been hurt before, but back then I was sure that it was the end. Couldn't play pretend. Now, where do I draw the line to tell myself it's fine when you don't reply and I wonder why? Can't say I didn't try, didn't even get a goodbye. Was so into you, if you only realized. I can't say I didn't try. I can't say I didn't, never knew how it would feel to dance with something real. Felt so right, we took the night, yeah. Then I got woken up, and now we're broken up. You fade to black, no coming back, no. Well, I didn't really see this coming. Cried all those tears because of you. Tried, do you even know the meaning? I don't think you do even try. Didn't even get a goodbye. So into you, if you only realized. I can't say I didn't try. I can't say I didn't try. Oh, can't say I didn't try to pull you into my gravity. To fill you into the real me. Tried to make it work, but now I see that I can't get that same energy no more. I can't say I didn't try, didn't even get a goodbye. Was so into you, if you only realized. I can't say I didn't try, didn't even
Mark, oh my goodness, thank you so much for those wonderful songs. We can't wait to see the Lyra Vega EP. For those who have not followed Mark yet, please check him out on social media. And yeah, without further ado, I'd like to bring up Destiny Steele, who is an amazing individual. She is a wig and makeup supervisor. Is that correct?
Yes, that's so true. Hi, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How is that career going right now with the current times?
It's not. The pandemic stopped the job pretty abruptly. This last season, this current season, actually, I was with the Waitress
Oh,
on,
cool.
yeah, the national tour of Waitress. And so that is pretty much shut down. We're hoping that everything picks back up around February, but yeah, exactly. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Well, but you also have a company called the Beauty Menagerie, right?
I do.
Please tell us about it. It's amazing. I've checked it out already, but tell everybody about it.
Thank you. So the Beauty Menagerie was created to cater to people who are suffering from hair loss for any reason, whether it's drug-induced, like for like medications or like chemotherapy or just alopecia, or if you just want to switch up your look, we sell ready-to-wear wigs. And we also accept health insurance as well to offset the cost so that people don't have to pay out of pocket. So we accept all health insurance and donations for clients who are not afforded the opportunity to have their units covered. We accept hair, scarves, hats, and gently and new used wigs as well.
Amazing. So yeah, so if you have anything sitting around in the house that you want to donate to the Beauty Menagerie, please do. Destiny is amazing. She has an amazing organization going. So with a huge heart, by the way, oh my goodness, it's so cool what you're doing.
We just love just impacting people the best way we can. We feel so small in this world, you know?
Sure.
And so any life we can help or touch, it's all worth it.
And just like the powerful woman that Destiny is, that's what we're raising money for today, Women in Music. Please, if you have it in your hearts, please help us to raise money to empower women and help them, you know, come up to the next level in the arts. People need to be heard. So if you have it in your means to do so, please Venmo at High Glass Productions. And today, Destiny, you have 3 pieces that you wrote, right, that you're sharing with us?
Yes. So amongst all the other things that we have so much time to do now, I'm actually a spoken word artist. And if there ever is an open mic, I usually find myself very close in proximity. So yeah, today we're sharing poetry.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Destiny, for being with us. If you haven't checked out the Beauty Menagerie, please do so. And without further ado, we got Destiny Steele.
Thank you.
I am an artist by choice, a slave to my pen. With a silent mouth, my hand speaks, and the paper is always there to hear tonight. Will you be my paper? Hi, my name is Destiny Steele. Thank you so much for having me. Throughout this pandemic, I've had a hard time being creative, and I've decided that that's okay. So I've taken this time to just reflect on who I am and reconnect with my past works. When it comes to this pandemic, I've had a lot of time to think about when I'm stripped down to my basic necessities, what is truly important. And I think that that is relationships and our connection to other people, especially when it's not convenient. Are we still going to put in that time to make that work, right? A relationship, platonic or otherwise, is work. So I feel like I create my best content when my head, my heart, and my hand are all in sync. And I find myself writing letters. So I came across a couple of pieces, And I find out that when I'm writing, that's when my healing starts, my coping, my processing starts. So it's been amazing just to look back and mark the stages in my life, how far I've come. So here's a letter I wrote. This one is, to my ex-boyfriend who never went, here are 7 things I learned in college. 1, plagiarism is wrong. But the words that Tarzan swung between your vocal cords and descended off the tip of your tongue oddly resemble mine. So when you pick and choose which words of mine to use as hostages against me, walk gently. Put up your knives at this verbal gunfight, 'cause shots will be fired when I see the whites of your eyes and pink tongues covering up white lies. You are a target too. There are no playgrounds. But children have never been confined to reality, and you, a child, with Benjamin Button disease, you seesaw on my patience. You swing from the jungle gym of my most delicate memories and knock around instances you will always forget to apologize for, like a tetherball. Recess is over. 3, put your name on your work. Chisel it in every stone piece of this mangled mess of a cardiac arrest. This is an arrest. And you, the enemy of my state of being, namely treason, you have the right to remain silent. And as a matter of fact, I like you better that way. 4, don't let people cheat off of your work. 4, don't let people cheat after work. Why were you not at work? You were supposed to be at work. 5, choose your partners carefully. 6, you will need references. So put me down as do not contact. Do not call my phone or my name too loudly when you accidentally say it in her presence. Just know, Karma is a nasty bitch. Pit bull by breed with a vicious bite. And as she sinks her teeth in your subconscious, her saliva will marinate your every thought and she will break you down. 7, on graduation day, you'll look back and say, I don't know how I made it, but I made it. All of the good memories will come to the forefront. All of the bad ones will become storefront properties down a memory lane you'll never try to walk down again, but one day there'll be good stories over coffee or poems over an open mic. Just know there's a whole new life after graduation. So yes, lots of time to reflect during the pandemic and just deciding who I am and what my non-negotiables are, setting healthy boundaries, and just really being specific about who I want to be, the type of person I want to be. And I think it's this. Some want to be a fly on the wall, but I, not at all. I want to be your shoes. Your favorite pair. Will go everywhere. As you slip life into me, I will support you and remind you what you stand for. You lace me up and my tongue will tell the stories of the places we've been, and when those moments come, or you deny my soul for another because I no longer match your lifestyle, I will wait, unlaced, crooked-tongued, for you to trust me with your life again. So yes, that. I want to be the support system for the people I feel are close to me, who I hold near and dear. And I think that's super important during this pandemic too. Another thing, if you've been quarantined as long as I have, COVID actually brought an abrupt end to my job in mid-March. So since then, I've been quarantining in this house. And if you have also been quarantining with people, you get to really understand if you like them or not. So, but I've been super fortunate to have a great quarantine buddy who I like to consider my person. And I remember meeting him, and I think we crossed at the perfect time And I think that time was after I got specific about the type of person that I wanted in my life. I think you should be specific about relationships, platonic or otherwise, just the type of energy you want to attract, and also put that out there in the world. I firmly believe that. And so this is one letter out of a series of letters that I wrote about the type of person that I wanted to attract. When I meet him, the love of my life, the reason I feel comforted during thunderstorms. He's written love poems on raindrops. The breeze, prayers he's whispered in the wind for me. The dark clouds, his promises in bold font to always be shaped like a duck. I've never been good at charades, but I feel like he knows that about me. He's camped at the feet of God, begging to catch a glimpse of my becoming, and every rumble of thunder is God reprimanding him to wait just a little longer. But on that day, I will see the thunderstorms in his eyes, kiss awake the calm in them, and it's gonna be so freaking cute and electric, like electrocute. So wait for this lightning to strike. Wait for this. Wait for me. There will be days when the world will send hurricanes of hurt with 75-mile-per-hour winds. We will board up and decide not to abandon what we've built. We welcome the water, the waves, the wind, the rain, and I hear that waterfront property has the most value, so baby, float to me. My thunderstorm-eyed lover, I have your calm on my lips. And tonight, I hear you asking about me. Thank you.
No, Destiny. Thank you. You are so inviting and your personality is so amazing. Just thank you for being here tonight and for warming my soul, and also for doing the great things you're doing out in the world and being an amazing, strong woman, which is why we're here today, to support women in music. So thank you, Destiny. All right. I would love to bring up another fierce woman who is a producer, an engineer for sound. She records, she writes, she does it all. Tamara Kalkelmeyer, what is up?
Hey, Sarah.
Oh my God. I can't believe we're together right now after all these years.
I know. I'll never forget when I met you, because I just moved to New York and I couldn't get a job. Like, I was paying $1 a slice for pizza, and then you were like, "You want to do this off-Broadway show with me?" And I was like, "Yes, I do."
Yes, and it was amazing. And even though my computer got stolen during that show, we were together jamming.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Oh my God. Anyway, so what is up with you right now?
Yeah, so I run a recording studio, and
Yeah, Ghost Dog, right?
yeah, and I work with so many amazing artists and directors. They are so amazing. I just feel lucky. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I checked out Ghost Dog Studios. Please, if you haven't yet, please check out Ghost Dog. Tamara is so talented. I'm probably going to ask her to collaborate with me on some new music, which I haven't told you about yet, but I'm going to get a hold of you to help me mix some stuff once it's ready, because I'm in the works of writing some stuff. But anyway, please tell us about the new song that you're releasing. It's called Love's Gravity. Is that right?
Yeah, this one, it's actually tuned 432, which is supposed to be in sync with the planet's frequency.
That's so cool.
And it's also, I put a frequency of love in it, which is 532 hertz. So I'm hoping that people will actually feel really good when they listen to it. And I'm still working on, I think I'm going to add some binaural beats in it. So
very cool.
Experimental direction with it.
Nice. Yeah. And is Stereo Interchorus still doing their thing, or what's up with that?
Kind of on the back shelf right now. I've been just doing my own stuff under Toma, which is Russian for Tamara. It's just easier than Tamara Kalkelmeyer.
So everyone can go to Instagram and find you as Toma.
Yeah, you can find Toma or my whole name. You'll find me there too.
Absolutely, guys. You got to follow Tamara. She is super fierce. Like everything you do, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of it because it's so unique. So
yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Do you want to tell us about the music that you're sharing with us today?
Yeah, so Love's Gravity, I already told you about that one. And then Soul Slice is kind of it's going to be on an album called Love Overtones. And it's just a very eclectic album that I'm mixing and mastering, and I'm hoping to inspire other people to do everything on their own, especially girls and women.
Heck yeah, which is why we're here to support women.
Yeah,
so
I know, right?
Women supporting women, yes.
Yeah.
And vote for the woman in office, by the way, or about to be in office, Kamala. Women,
Yeah.
women, support women. Can't say it enough. All right, Tamara. Well, thank you for being here. I'm not kidding. I'm going to be in touch about Ghost Dog Studios. And yeah,
awesome. I would love that.
Thanks, girl. All right. Enjoy the next piece of live music.
432 hertz. Loves gravity. This one's called Soul Slice. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Oh, Tamara, you're amazing. Seriously. Every time I see some of your work, I'm just like, I'm blown away. You always make me smile. So, mwah. Oh, please help us support women in music, because people like Tamara need to hear their voices. So if you have it in your heart, please, on Venmo, High Glass Productions. All the proceeds are going to women in music. I know we've already raised a lot, and we really appreciate everybody that has taken the time to give us, a few of their dollars. So without further ado, I want to bring Carmy Harris on board.
There I am.
Hi. Oh my gosh. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh my goodness. So Carmy, you've been involved in a lot of cool stuff. I know that you performed and partnered with the I Love My Artist Foundation, and you also performed with Taste the Stage.
Yeah.
And that was a huge Black Lives Matter movement, thing that happened, right? Can you please talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So with Taste the Stage on, I live in New York currently. So I'm in Harlem.
Represent.
Right. I'm not from here. I'm from the South. I'm from Georgia, actually.
It's all good, girl. Most of us aren't from here originally.
Right. I know, right? So now I'm here in New York. I'm in Harlem, and the mural, the Black Lives Matter mural on 125th Street, they had I think it was a 3-day art exhibit, and I sang 2 of those days. So that was really good. That was the end of July 30th and July 31st.
So you got to sing live to an audience.
Right. Yeah. And the first time I sang live was with I Love My Artist Foundation, which is a new foundation here in New York for artists. During the pandemic, no one is really just support artists in general. all the way around. So I performed there first in June, which is my first performance in about 3 months. It was a social distance performance where it was pre-recorded in different spots, and then live was at 125th Street outside. And I was excited. I was excited to be outside and to sing.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Good for you. That's super cool. And we can check, you said that it's at 125th Street. We can check out the mural.
Yeah, it's on 125th Street and Adam Clayton.
Very cool. So I know some people up there, including our producer, Megan Whitehead. So maybe she can go over and check it out. And I would probably love to go up there too. I'm all about that. So that's super cool that you got to be involved in that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So you're performing a new song called Oxygen today, right?
Yep.
So did you write that during the pandemic, or can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, well, it's been my pandemic project. I started on it before the pandemic, actually, interestingly enough. I was learning to cope with my anxiety, actually. And I was working on breathing and all of this. And then my brother, who is also an artist, RC is Harris. RC is the producer he goes by. He came up with this concept of oxygen versus, just breathing. So that's what it's about. It's written in the form of a relationship of one that I will hope to have one day. But but the inspiration is actually not from a relationship. It's just from life. That's inspiration.
Cool. Gosh, was that like a little plug that you're single and you're ready to mingle?
Well,
from a distance.
Right, I was there in the pandemic.
All right, my love. Well, thank you for being here with us. And for those who haven't checked out Carmy Harris on social media, please do, because she's a beautiful, amazing human being, and we're lucky to have her here. So without further ado, let's check out the song Oxygen.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carmy Harris. Thanks to High Glass Productions and Sarah for having me a part of the Songbird series. This is a song I've been working on during the pandemic. It's called Oxygen. I was holding my breath, build up the walls to protect myself, 'cause I was afraid to trust, so decided I'd suffocate love. But you wouldn't let it die, showed me I was worth the fight, showed me how to live life, and the walls came down. Now I can breathe, now I can live, now I can see in color again. I open my heart, inhaling you in. Baby, you are my oxygen. Now I can breathe. Oh, now I can breathe. I took a deep breath, standing on the edge, but I let myself fall into you. I don't regret love from this view. It's not so black and white. Opened up my blinded eyes, opened up my heart, so I let my walls come down. Now I can breathe, now I can live, now I can see in color again. I open my heart, inhaling you in. Baby, you are my oxygen. Now I can breathe. Oh, now I can breathe. Lord, I never ever feel so complete, broken pieces together, gave me a reason to try it all again. I can't believe I'm trying it all again, but I was waiting forever to excel. Now I'm breathing in heaven, and I don't want to come down. Baby, the air is better off the ground. Now I can breathe. Now I can live. Now I can see in color again. I open my heart and held you in. Baby, you are my oxygen. Now I can breathe. Oh, now I can breathe. Now I can breathe. Open my heart, inhaling you in. My oxygen. Thank you.
Carmy, thank you. Seriously, when you started that song, I got chills. It's so beautiful. And I was relaxed listening to it. Like, you gave me oxygen. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. It was a beautiful song. So please, please follow Carmy Harris. She's going places. Another woman in music that needs to be heard. And yeah, if you haven't know or listened and you're just tuning in now, we're raising money for Women in Music. That's womeninmusic.org. It's an organization that helps empower women and help them get their voices heard. So all the proceeds today via Venmo at High Glass Productions are going to Women in Music. So thank you all for being here. Seriously, we have a great crowd and we have a great lineup still. Speaking of, we have Brianna Ellison up next, who is a fellow Hayes America native like myself. And I'm so excited to bring her on board today.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going. How about you?
Good. It's still light out on the West Coast, it looks like.
Yeah, the time changes. It's a nice thing. Yeah. Still
Yeah,
well, it's hazy with all the smoke, but yeah. Light.
Yeah, how's that going out there with the smoke? Are you involved in any of that?
It's not in our county, but it's right up north, and so it's just like smoky and ashes everywhere. And,
does that affect your oxygen?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it does. I mean, masks everywhere. Just keep them on. So
I mean, yeah, you should wear a mask wherever you go, right?
Even in your house, in your car alone, everywhere.
Protect yourself, and protect one another.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you wear a coat of many colors, my dear. So you have been teaching English online. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's right.
And is that just English courses or English as a second language?
Yeah, mainly ESL, and then people just all over the world. Like mainly like my interactions with people from Brazil right now and Russia and a little bit of France, and it's awesome. It's super great. And I've been doing it for a few years now, so it's good supplement.
That's so cool. And you can do it right from your humble abode, right?
So humble, such an abode. That's the one.
Oh my God, that's super cool. So have you been affected at all by this pandemic?
For sure. Like I moved here, I was living overseas playing opera. There's a theme tonight, opera in English. I don't get it. But so I was teaching English, playing opera in Bulgaria. I just moved back almost a year ago. In November, it'll be a year. I was like, I could take some time, look for a good job. And then it's just like pandemic. And it's like, no, you don't get that. So.
But so are you still pursuing French horn, or are you giving that up altogether?
No, I can't. It's like lopping off a party. I can't give it up fully, but I'm not actively auditioning right now. I'm kind of done with that scene for a bit. So
I feel you. But for those who don't know, I mean, Brianna is like a child prodigy. This girl is incredible. Not only a piano, guitar. I mean, she can play pretty much any instrument she picks up. I'm not lying. I mean, I love you to death.
Make it.
Oh my gosh. So when did you decide that you wanted to transition into songwriting?
It was kind of like a like an unearthing, like no longer repressing. Like I wanted to do this my whole life. From when I was like 8, I wanted to be like a film score composer. And then I was just like, oh, I was funneled into the performance mode. 'Cause it's like, this is where you can actually make money, is playing and doing gigs. And I was like, okay, fine. And then I just almost gave up music. And then I got a scholarship and I was like, fine, I won't give it up. And so I kept going. And so now finally, in the time of great reckoning for many ways in our country, I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. That was it. So.
And you're doing it, and everything you've put out on social media, I've loved. I mean, you really do embrace it, and you're beautiful inside and out. Everything you do is just incredible.
Too, Sarah, stop it.
Girl, stop. No, but I do love you to death. And if you haven't checked out Brianna Ellison, please follow her on social media. And I'm assuming you're releasing an EP soon, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, at some point, girl, it's hard to get all the eggs in the basket and, push the truck down the road or some kind of idiom. I don't know. It's hard. I'm doing it. So.
She's getting it done. Get her done, girl. Get her done.
Get her done. I'm trying.
All right. Well, do you want to talk a little bit about the songs you're sharing with us?
Yeah, super quickly. So, because I know I've been talking, sorry. So salvar or salvar, it's Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese, but I'm just like learning enough of it to put it in music. And it's a Latin-based language. I know French. So it's basically in the middle of one of the songs, salvar, it's in Portuguese. And I had to make it rhyme both in English and Portuguese. So that was kind of fun. And it's just about what's going to happen, who knows? And also, thanks, students in Brazil. You're my favorite. You're super awesome. Yeah,
that's awesome. Then, very cool.
Yeah, the other tune is it's about climate change. So
global warming. It's real.
It's real. It's a thing. I can smell it. I can smell it from my house.
Oh my gosh!
From my house, I can smell it. So anyway, yeah.
All right, y'all. Without further ado, Brianna Ellison. Thanks, girl.
Thank you.
As we go to the river to escape the burning mountains, we can feel the revolver just in case we're feeling wanted, and it'll be over before we know it. Oh, it never was easy to burn off our good old grasslands, but before we could know it, our conscience was a wasteland. We did our best to keep the status quo. Let's find a way back to that fateful day we stopped caring. We can only try. Love burning in its way while hate doesn't hesitate, slipping in the water. The well is running dry. The well is running dry. Though we're reaching the river, everything is getting hotter. If the river is boiling, we'll be super for much longer. Our frozen acids protons in the water. If united we falter, then together we shall die. If compromise is the altar, then white is justice for your eyes, in all attempts to bury broken lies. We are the way back that we went to see diamonds looking up at the sky. In your heart you wonder why we even try to wake up and make peace alone. So we get up, shake off all that winter's known, 'cause it isn't time we need, just the sympathy to be free. Olhe pro futuro, o que você vê possa ser apenas eu, se vai ser paciente. Todos nós somos lindas bombas relógio. Você vai salvar tu não olhar para dentro, or will give up and let all dogs lie, and we'll eat up, put up with all these outside lies, 'cause it isn't love we need, just some time to find our feet. As we pick up the pieces of a mirror so tall, we can see our reflections, and boy are we small. 'Cause if love is the answer and the currency dead, we can find the answers and let blood be shed. 'Cause we're fed up with the world at hand, and we'll rise up, stand up here against the man. 'Cause it isn't me you see, but each other's destiny.
Oh my goodness gracious. Bree, that was freaking amazing. You are so brilliantly talented, and I'm so happy to call you a dear friend of mine. I look up to your songwriting, so hopefully my new tunes can sound as good as yours. Joni Mitchell, Brianna, Joni, what? Anyway, if you haven't heard about what we're doing tonight, we are supporting an organization for women in music like Brianna. It's called Women in Music, the charity, legit, womeninmusic.org. Let me say that again, womeninmusic.org. Check it out. If you haven't, sent us a Venmo. All the donations today are going towards that charity organization. And yeah, it's all for a good cause. So please, at High Glass Productions, if you have the means to do so. Either way, we just appreciate you being here and supporting us today for our Songbird series. Without further ado, I'm going to bring on Nick Searles, who is, I believe this is his first time performing tonight. Is that correct, Nick?
Yes, it is.
Why, thank you for letting us be a part of that. We are honored to have you on board.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, I'm thrilled to be here. This is, like I said before, I don't know if I'm, just thrilled or completely freaked out that I'm live doing this, but yeah.
Well, don't be freaked out. This is a very embracing audience, and we look forward to hearing what you've been up to. As I understand, you're a brand ambassador. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm the guy in the store that says, hey, buy this food or buy this Nespresso coffee machine. See how I got that in there too? Because we're not sampling anymore. So basically,
Right, that's right.
I'm basically pointing to food going, this is tasty. You should buy some.
So what did you actually brand ambassador for your last gig? What was it?
Oh gosh almighty. Let's see. Actually, it was in a Bed Bath Beyond, and it was an espresso machine, actually a coffee machine. So
Ooh.
that was the last good. So again, and I can't make you coffee. I could just point to the box and go, see this picture? You're gonna get
But the majority of people do need coffee in their lives. I'm one of them. All of us musicians are up late at night, and if you have to get up early, you do need the espresso. So everybody needs one.
It's needed. Plus, they have an Arancino machine where I put oat milk in at night and I do my chai tea latte. So, there's a bunch of stuff.
That sounds delicious. Very October, very fall.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Very cool. So Nick, are you performing live for us today? Is that correct?
Yes. I was going to say what wouldn't be a bad idea is when I've overstayed my time, just, let me know.
Well, I'm excited to hear from you. And without further ado, I'm just going to let you, actually, you know what? I want to ask you if this is a fact. Did you write a script?
Well, it was a creative. I wrote the script and then they altered a little bit. It was about when James Comey got fired. It was the FBI casting for the new FBI director. So the president was actually in a casting mode and people came in and they were auditioning to be the FBI director.
That's super cool. So are you actually going to pursue, getting your script out there? Are you going to
I have a bunch of scripts that I worked on, and I was just this year was going to be the year I was going to do a couple of GoFundMes and see if I can get a couple of things up and running because I got a whole bunch of different, some serious and some not ideas, and I'm going to get a couple of the small ones up and running. So now I'm trying to figure out actually maybe how to do a couple of them on Zoom because one is like an interview thing. So with
very cool,
the oldest background actor in the world.
Well, if you ever need a camera guy to take a look at that stuff, I might know a guy or two.
Yeah, I got a woman who can make me look 90.
Well, my father-in-law is a big deal in the camera industry. So if you ever need an eye, I bet he'd be happy to look at a script. Sorry, Tom, I shouted you out there.
Hey, it's called networking. It's legal.
Indeed. All right, Nick. Well, I'm going to let you do your thing. We are so happy to have you here and break a leg.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I already need a new knee. So what the heck, right? The first one really quick, it's called Not My Rose. And I kind of wrote that because people sometimes, we all do, we lose track of time, things that are important, that should be important. We think other things are important, but we missed the boat. So I would love to see you, but my schedule's all tight. I love to stop by and see you, but I have to work all night. I keep talking about tomorrow, but then I'll just have to see. I want to come by, but time's got the best of me. All these days just shot on by, but I had it in control. I had it locked down inside. And your laughter and silence, I mistook for an embrace. When next I see you, you should slap my face. That was not my rose you see on your car. That was not my rose. I wanted to come by, baby, but time got the best of me. And my biggest fear with time is that I'll only get me. I'm on the outside looking in again. Nobody buys the shit I've been shoveling. How long would anyone wait? How long would anybody wait this long when it's always about the same sad song? I'm on a leash, no room to run. Got to break the rope that's been holding me on. I'd question me if I were you. How much of this can I put you through? All these days just shot on by, but I had it in control, had it locked down inside. And your laughter and silence, I mistook for an embrace. The next I see you, you should slap my face. That was not my rose on your car. That was not my rose on your car. So time passes and sometimes, we do things. Next bit, I changed up a little bit from what I wanted to do. This is the first thing I ever wrote back in 1970 something. about somebody, a friend of mine, who didn't understand this girl, he liked him. So, what are you doing? She's in love with you. You insist on running away, but where are you running to? You say you don't want to hurt her, but it's really an awful lie. You always wind up hurting yourself, and then you insist on asking why. You moan and complain that you don't get what you need, but when it's there, you just don't seem to grasp it. Why don't you even chance it? She's not out there looking. She's laid the tracks for you. Why don't you just fire up the train so it don't run over you? You moan and complain that you don't get what you need, but it's there, you just don't grasp it. Why don't you even chance it? She's quite the looker. Have you looked at yourself at all? You were never Sir Lancelot. This ain't Cinderella's ball. Thank you. And this one, I wrote this, and then somebody, long story short, took it. Some person in France took it and, you know, publicized it with music and stuff. And we later became friends, actually. So I scolded him, and he said it was fair, and we became friends. And sadly, Jan Terrian passed away last year. So I did want to read this quickly if I possibly could get through this, only because it's about, I wrote it years ago. A couple of friends of mine had some issues, and it's about addiction. So unfortunately, it's still an issue today. I want you to go away, leave me alone. I want you to go away, pack up from my home. I can't stop myself, so I need a little help. I want you to go away, leave me alone. Why don't you find a seat on a Greyhound bus? Why don't you take a walk so I don't have to fuss? There is no control in me. Willpower flickered out. I want you to go away, leave me alone. The pain I have right cuts to the bone. The constant thump, thump, thump in my head is all I have known. I want you to split, quit, hit the road, clear out of my abode. So I'm pleading for this chance for you to go away and leave me alone. The pain I have is cut right to the bone. The constant thump, thump, thump in my head is all I have known. I want you to quit, split, hit the road, get out of my abode. Just so I can just get on my life. Because with this hate, I just don't feel right. I want you to go away, leave me alone. It's not like you ever cared, so I slap my head. Now I have to get a hold of myself and get on with my life. I don't want a forwarding number left by the telephone, so just go away and leave me alone. That's about that. I've got one more, if possible. Again, if it's too long, you know. I call it North Star. It's about stuff that's going on today, more or less. We always look to stuff. Where is my Superman to sweep down? Take two. Where is my Superman to swoop down to save us from our own destruction? I don't see no Batman here to drive away the demons that are in our location. There doesn't seem to be a North Star out. When you look up, there's just nothing. Why do we always look for something to bail us out when we seem helpless? We are the light. We are the ones. We are in charge. Let's carry on. When is the best time to light the fuse? When should we go into duck and cover? What have we now is what we reaped. Who's that someone who we thought we'd look up to? The system is broken and I don't have the tools. Where's my goddamn repair guy? Speaking of God, why don't you give him a break? You can't be dialing him up and then getting busted. There doesn't seem to be a North Star out. When you look up, there is just nothing. Why do we always look for someone else to bail us out when we are helpless? We are the light. We are the ones. We are in charge. Let's carry on. Now is the time to pick up and go. Let's just burn it all down and save the nails. They have way more answers for. I'm getting old. Time to burn. Time to fry. We are the light. We are the ones. We are in charge. Let's carry on. But there doesn't seem to be a North Star out. Just about taking control of our own lives. If you want, I could keep going with a couple of things, or if you have questions.
Nick, that was super cool. I cannot believe that that is your first time performing anything like that.
And I stumbled over about, a couple of them, and I'm like, oh, well, no take two.
We never would have known that it was your first performance. And this is the reason why we do Songbird, this series, is for people like you that are afraid to not to take that step. And I'm glad that you ventured and trusted us to use this platform.
No, I want to thank you. I'm going to thank, actually, Sherry Linick is the person who said, hey, these guys are doing this. So I want to thank her. Want to thank, my wife and family for, hey, Nick, we got to go do something. I'm like, let me just finish this. They put up with that.
Well, very cool. Well, we hope to see more of you online in the future, and hopefully maybe we can collaborate again sometime.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a couple of people tonight. I'm like, damn, I wouldn't mind working with somebody. That's the whole thing with me, is I got to trust people, and it's a good vibe I'm getting. So that's good,
Very cool. Well, everybody, that was Nick Searles, and we very much appreciated you being here tonight.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Peace and love, everybody. And I'm not joking.
Absolutely.
Let's get through this.
Yes. All right. Peace and love all the way. All right, everybody. Next up, we have Aline from the band Onisim E. Aline, are you with us, my dear? I know she's on her way. Aline. There she is.
Am.
Hey, girl. Hey, what up?
Oh, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, just hanging out in my track pants for the, 222nd day.
Are they the pull away track pants, or are they just regular windbreaker pants?
No, they're track pants. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough. Well, at least you're wearing pants. I don't know if everyone else is wearing pants because they weren't required. So thank you for wearing pants.
You're welcome, because I considered not wearing the pants, and I thought that's not a good idea.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you for that, because women should wear the pants.
We should. Totally.
Amen. All right. Well, where are you streaming from tonight?
I am streaming from a little home studio here in San Antonio, Texas.
Cool. And your band, Onisim E, is based in Texas. Is that right?
Yep. Well, I've had variations of Onisim E. I originally started it out in New York City, and then I came down for quarantine for South by Southwest, and then I stayed.
So are you in Austin?
What happened? No. I came into San Antonio. My family is here, so I'm the nomadic hunter-gatherer of the clan. I don't stay put very long, but New York has always felt like home, like just walking the streets, hanging out in the village, Tribeca, getting to do all that kind of stuff. I've always felt at home there. I got my hands into some off-Broadway stuff, some Broadway stuff, and I guess about 2-3 years ago, I decided, it's time to come out of hiding. I'd had bands prior to. I had probably 3 or 4, one that was signed, and I got a little burnt out, took a little break, and then came back. And so I put together a 2-person project. The second person didn't last very long, so it went from Onisim EV to Onisim E, and then it was just me again. So that's how that happened. Then I came to San Antonio. I started working with these guys here for South by, and I fell in love with their vibe and their just easygoing nature, and there you have it. So,
and you guys are producing an EP right now, right?
Right. I actually do all the orchestrating of the cats, her and them in. I am also an engineer, a producer. So I literally I put the track together. I'll play the drums, I'll play the guitar, then I'll kick it out to my bass player, my lead player, and then they kick stuff back. And we finally have a drummer. So that's good, but he's not going to get to play on some of this stuff just because of COVID. So
fair enough. Yeah. But your stuff is super cool. The video that we're going to play tonight is absolutely amazing. Like it reaches people on a different level, in my opinion. Like it talks about a lot of topics that need to be heard. And you want to tell us a little bit more about the inspiration behind the song?
Yeah. So My America is obviously it's very personal for me, in that my band and I, we are all brown people in America. So to watch what has been going on over the last few months and weeks, and for many of us, years and decades, it's taken its toll, to say the least. As a songwriter, it's really easy for me to just kind of go pen to pad, pull out my acoustic and express myself. And a lot of times it's been really scary to push that out, you know, to get it done and release it, because you never know what anybody is going to say. And for me, this go around, it was just like, okay, enough's enough. From my standpoint, enough is enough. I, like everybody else, you know, we were watching what was happening. And there was one picture in particular that I'm sure everybody has seen. And it's a kid and he's holding his snacks and he's on his dad's shoulders. And you just see all these cops and they look like they're pointing the guns at the kid and the dad, and they're not, but in the picture, that's what it looks like. And I just remember like looking at that and then going, okay, no. Walked away, had to take a breather. Even now I still get choked up about it, because I mean, that's heavy stuff to have to witness. And so I went back in and I pen to paper, acoustic guitar, and it all just kind of came out one evening. And then my boys helped me put it all together. So it's just my take from my stance on what it's like to be brown and Black in America. It's not easy, but it's something that we have to make sure we don't forget, that the fight is ongoing and it will be ongoing. But I don't want that little boy to have to go through some of the things that we've gone through. I hope he gets a better America. Because that's, in the end, that's all that matters, is the footprint we leave behind. And I hope for me that everybody who gets a chance to look at it, everybody who's been part of it, they understand like what they're doing right now is important. What they're doing right now needs to be done, and fear cannot hold us back. We just have to keep pushing forward so that the youth and the kids can eat their graham crackers on their dad's shoulders and not worry about guns being pointed in their direction. And I'm sorry I rambled on for a long time.
No, that was brilliant the way you said that, Aline. Like your voice needs to be heard. Every voice needs to be heard, and we need to listen. We need to keep our eyes and our ears open so we can help make this world a better place, you know? And that's why it's so important to get out there and vote and be present and be ready, you know, to support what needs to be supported. And if you haven't followed Onisim E, you need to, because this band is amazing and they're there for the right reasons. And thank you for being here and sharing what we're about to listen to.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. All right, Aline, I will definitely be in touch personally with you to talk more. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please share it. Please listen, keep your ears open, and enjoy.
Yeah, man, good turnout here in San Diego, downtown. All races out here that's against racism. We together can stop this, so let's keep pushing, yo. Peaceful protest, and let's go.
Today I woke up in middle America, and the streets were on fire. With hands in the air, I woke up to another loss. No, not another life gone. This is not my America. This is not my America. Today I woke up in the country, just a sleepy little town. didn't fight for this America. I didn't go to war and lose my friends for this America. This is not my America. Today I woke up in my city and the buildings were on fire. I woke up to a chant in the air. People had flooded the streets singing Black Lives Matter. And until then, this is not my America. This is not my America. And I've long since forgotten what it means to live free. Between the hate and the violence, I'm afraid to be me.
Whew. That was freaking cool and needed to be heard. And again, Onisim E is a really cool grassroots rock group out of Texas. And if you haven't checked them out, you need to. And they got new music coming out soon, I believe. So please keep them in your hearts. And yeah, America needs change, that's for sure. And we need to listen. We need to be open. So thank you for sharing that with us, Aline. All right. Next up, I have someone special in my heart. She's also from Hayes, America. Her name is Cheryl Maxwell Glassman, and she's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hey, kiddo. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Okay. I miss you.
I miss you too. If you see the piano behind my mom, that's the piano I learned to play on when I was little.
That is it.
And it still plays and stays in tune.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, so Mom, you're another music minister, yeah?
Yes, I am. I have been in church music ministry since I was about 17 years old. And it has evolved as we all should evolve and grow. And now I am the director of music and liturgy at St. Nicholas of Myra Church here in Hayes, Kansas. And pretty big parish, enjoying myself a lot. It's something that is extremely passionate for me to be a part of, and I appreciate the opportunity.
I thought you retired though.
I did retire from nursing. I am an RN and I retired from that in January, but being part of music ministry, I don't think in church, you just don't ever retire. And it's when it's a passion, it's something that you continue to do probably forever.
Yeah. I mean, you have a music background, a family background with it, right?
Definitely. My grandmother used to play for silent movies and also was involved in the choir here in one of the churches in town. my uncle used to play with the Glenn Miller Orchestra, and my uncle was one of the very well requested singers here in town for church services. I'm just very blessed to be able to follow in their footsteps.
Yeah, great grandma got me playing piano in the first place, so it's pretty cool.
She did.
Yeah. So you wrote an original play as well as writing music, right? Can you tell us about that?
Sure. As a couple of people who are also listening today know, I'm a little bit of an eclectic human being, and I enjoy being eclectic.
It's an understatement.
Definitely. And I've always loved to write. I hear words in my head all the time, and I've always wanted to write a play, had dabbled in it prior. But this last year, the community theater wanted to do a show that revolved around Valentine's Day, and I couldn't find a play on any of the sites that I founded the community theater here, and so I directed a lot of plays and musicals here. But in regards to that, I couldn't find one that really fit the bill, and so you and your brother and some other folks said write one, and so I did, and it's called My Deadly Valentine. Had 15 characters, and I'll tell you what, it's one thing to put out music and everybody here is phenomenal that's been performing so far. I just have been amazed at all these people that are willing to share who they are and what they are with everybody here tonight. But to put a play together and then have people perform in a group what you have put together in character is quite I can't, it's overwhelming, but it was well received, and that was the most important thing.
You sold out, didn't you?
Sold out every performance, but the thing for me was when the audience stood with the performances of the character that the people gave of my characters, that's when I knew we had done a good job. And it's not necessarily about my play, it's about the individuals that portrayed the characters, that they were able to grow and become people that the audience really appreciated, and it was a great experience. I'm looking forward to doing it again. I will be doing it again here for an upcoming production in another town. They've asked me to do one. So
a new original play, right?
A new original play.
That's super cool. So
kind of a different genre. This one was a murder mystery spoof type of thing. It was kind of a cool storyline. A gentleman who lived out in the boonies and owned a coffee shop. His uncle died, who owned a theater company in New York called the Valentine Theater Company, and so he ended up having to go to New York City to take care of his uncle's business, and murder and mystery ensued. So it was a lot of fun to write and to be part of. I actually usually am in the background as one of the very tiny characters at the end of the shows.
Well, in addition to the play you wrote, you also have an album that you've yet to put online for digital purposes, correct? What was the name of that album?
I can't even remember the name. It's been so long, but I wrote it a long time ago, and I have a lot of songs that I've written over the course of my life. But my dear departed very best friend Paula, and you and some others encouraged me to put them together into an album, and so I did. And I have not put it out there, but I probably will.
Well, Sammy Joe's coming up here in a little bit, and hopefully she'll yell at you that you need to put it up there. And everybody that knows you knows that you need to put your music out there. And that's why we're here today, sharing.
Oh, I appreciate that.
A powerful woman who inspired me to do it. So,
well, and I usually don't like to be out there this way. So performing for me is a little bit different. But I do appreciate the opportunity, because I hope that what I have written inspire other people. That's really the bottom line for me.
Well, thanks, Mom. What's the name of the song today that you're sharing?
Well, look, I'm old, so I can't remember everything. The song title is "Don't Be Afraid to Sing." I think a lot of people out there are afraid to let other people hear their voices or to acclimate themselves. And to realize that there is a platform for every single person. So even if you don't like to sing, don't be afraid to, because singing empowers you as a person, and that's what it's all about.
It's true. Music's food for the soul.
And singing's not always about music. Singing is about just inebriating others with your presence. Sometimes that's all it is.
Well, thanks, Mom. Thanks for being here and being a woman in music that inspires others.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure thing. All right, you guys. Enjoy Mom's debut of this new tune.
Hi, my name is Cheryl, and I'm very excited to be here with you tonight. I know that each one of us has faced a lot of challenges in our lives, some a lot more than others. But I also realize that there is a reason that each one of us is here. We are each a gift. And the gift that we are is the inspiration for others to see past themselves. I believe that each musician, each lyricist, each poet that is expressing themselves tonight is a gift. But through their gifts, they can inspire each one of you to see a new world, a new place that we can live in. It has been pretty dark in our world lately. But if each one of us uses our voice and uses it in a straight up positive manner, we can be the change that needs to be accepted in this world. And so I hope my song inspires you and lifts you. Thanks.
Shadows fill our path, and we fall into the dark, but there is hope on every journey we embark, 'cause every single voice has a song, every life a moment to be strong. Yes, every single voice has a song for every battle that is done. There is no vision beyond the night, a chance to make each wrong alright. And when there's silence, yes, when there's silence, don't be afraid to sing. In a place where hatred thrives, ripping, tearing at our lives, the light shines through the dark. The light of every woman and man who can see the need to make a stand for freedom and for love. 'Cause every single voice has a song, every life a moment to be strong. Yes, every single voice has a song for every battle that is done. There is new vision beyond the night, a chance to make each wrong alright. And when there's silence, yes, when there's silence, don't be afraid to sing. Don't be afraid to sing. Don't be afraid to sing. Don't be afraid.
OMG, that was my mom. Thank you, Mom. Seriously, I'm so thrilled that you finally collaborated with us on something, and we were able to bring you on virtually. Which, speaking of, I wouldn't be in touch with the majority of you collaborating if it wasn't for this virtual show. So, thank you all for being here all over the country. It's so cool. And yeah, Mom, thank you for that uplifting piece. It was really cool. Please record it. Please share it. Please get digital. And yeah, again, we're supporting Women in Music, you guys. That's womeninmusic.org, a charity that's empowering women and helping them share their voices and be heard. So if you have it in your means to help us out, it's Venmo at High Glass Productions, HI Glass Productions. And thank you again to all that have donated. I know that a lot of people have contributed, and we are so grateful. Thank you so much. I'm humbled by the support that we've had tonight for all these beautiful people. And without further ado, I want to bring on my friend, my colleague, the champion, Sammy Price.
Hello.
Girl, what is up?
What is up? Let me tell you, Sarah, I've got my block of brie cheese and I've got some Triscuits. I've just straight up eaten an entire block of cheese. And it has just been amazing watching everybody perform. So good seeing your mom again. Oh my gosh, she killed it. So beautiful. Everybody is just, it's so good hearing people perform live. And, I'm out of pajamas. So it's
Thank you for dressing up for me.
Oh yeah. We won't go into the pants situation because, I'll keep you wondering.
I don't need to
what
know.
is below.
Or maybe I do want to know. No.
I'll send you pictures later.
Hey girl, wink, wink. So you have been killing it in the voiceover world. Like, what's been happening? Like, what tell us?
I'll tell you. So, when the pandemic hit, I'll be honest with you, I was one of those people in the very beginning, and I was like, it's nothing. Somebody I worked with too, who's a nurse, I was like, oh, do you think this is going to turn into something? And he was like, no. He was like, it'll blow over. And, I didn't believe it in the beginning, but then to stop the crippling depression of not having live theater or performing or anything like that, I started getting more into like the voiceover work. So I really delved into it. And honestly, it's just something that has been probably the biggest thing that's been keeping me going, like creative wise. And also thankfully, like it's helping me like financially now and everything. Cause I've just always been somebody who's had like a survival job. And the interesting thing about when the world kind of collapses around you, and it offers an opportunity for you to really just look inside and really just kind of put your, take a risk and believe in yourself a little bit more and listen, like how everybody else is explaining tonight. It's so important, especially in this time, to just listen and learn and try to better yourself. And yeah, that's what I've been up to. You might be able to hear my dog in the background.
I do.
Crying against the door. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I love dogs.
Oh, he's a cutie.
Dogs. I think I had a New York accent there for a minute.
Got some dogs, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I quit smoking too, which is an exciting thing.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so
that's huge.
Thank you. So now I don't talk like this anymore,
Did it turn your hair brown?
I know. It was like many different colors, and my headshots cannot keep up. So it's
I think it looks fabulous.
Thanks. I'm thinking of going back to blonde, but keep people guessing.
Blondes
just like
have
if
more
I'm wearing
fun.
pants. Yeah, that is very true. Your hair's looking awesome too.
Oh, thanks. I decided to go lighter because I'm going gray, and it's easier to maintain. So
gray is beautiful as well. That's the thing. Like we've all learned. I put makeup on for tonight, but God, I've never gone so long without wearing makeup, and just finding yourself so naturally again is like such a beautiful thing.
It's kind of cool, right? I kind of like the no makeup. It's so much easier to maintain. Like, oh, let's just walk out the door, no makeup, 5 minutes, ready.
Mm-hmm. I would wear it every day, and like now it's like once a week, and I'm like, oh my God,
yeah.
Who am I?
Well, I want to hear more about your art, girl. So
Thank you.
Are you going to be like sharing anything on the internet anytime soon that we can release and listen, podcast? What's going on?
Yeah, well, actually, I have a podcast coming up. It was so funny. I'll make it short, but I met a wonderful woman named Karen, actually, and she's like, I swear I'm not that kind of Karen, but she and I are creating a podcast together. So that's actually going to be coming up. We're releasing the first episode next month, and there's a lot of details to be ironed out in that regard. But I also, like I said, the voiceover stuff. I do poetry as well. So right now I'm been doing a lot of writing, and I also have been working on a musical. So just like your mom, writing on that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Probably not as good as hers at all, but
Stop
Yeah.
it. No, you're amazing. You're a brilliant writer. You're a brilliant artist. I've acted with you on stage and I've loved it. Like everything you do, just it's priceless.
thanks.
Sammy,
You are so fun,
priceless.
too. Priceless.
Well, girl, thank you for being with us as always. I hope to see you back in New York soon because I do miss your face. And
oh my gosh, I'm going to be there soon. I miss you too. And I will say this too about the song that I'm doing. So one of the best things about being home for this time, I've been able to work with my younger brother, Sean. He's 16. He plays like 15 different instruments. And so he's playing guitar in this song that you're going to see. And basically it's like a rendition of the song Grow As We Go by Ben Platt. It's like our take of it. And then I added in some spoken word in there. It was really me and Sean playing around doing something. So thank you for listening, and thank you for hearing me speak.
absolutely, my love. Well, follow Sammy Price everywhere you can because she is doing things. So, and she is one of those women you don't want to go on with life without knowing. So I love you, Sammy.
Thank you. I love you. You'll always have cheese with me, you know.
Yes.
So
Well, cheers to the cheese and cheers to enjoying Sammy's performance.
thank you.
You say there's so much you don't know. You need to go and find yourself. You say you'd rather be alone. 'Cause you think you won't find it tied to someone else. Who said it's true that the growing only happens on your own? They don't know me and you. It was under a street lamp that she met her, fit together so perfectly. A bow pulled back an arrow to a sky of possibilities as their fingers intertwined, helping each other aim. They let go and it launched to a sky of plans, and Milky Way-shaped dreams appeared clearly together. In it, they saw future little ones with her nose and her eyes. And dreams turned into years, and years turned smiles into frowns, but they would remember that street lamp. Hold it close, don't change.
You won't be the only one. I am unfinished, I've got so much left to learn. I don't know how this river runs, but I like the company through every twist and turn. Who said it's true that the growing only happens on your own? They don't know me and you.
The past made it tempting as time went by to resist a voice inside called growth. When moments felt so good, they thought don't change. Funny thing about life is that no one really talks about when you're no longer a caterpillar, but not quite yet a butterfly. And life will remind you that all it is moments, arriving and fleeting. And it's hard to let go when you don't know where you will be dropped. So we try to control life. We say, it felt so good the first time we met, the first date, the dreams we birthed together that felt meant to be, and we resist change. But sometimes the molding and shaping pulls us away. And even though the arrow flew and was split in two and guided elsewhere. I'm here to tell you it's okay, that it happened, and now it's gone, and you've gone your separate ways. Because life is moments, and just as they are fleeting, they are arriving. So that, my love, is the gift of life. Tell me you don't wanna leave, 'cause if change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows, you can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go.
Sean Price! Woo!
Oh my gosh, Sammy, your brother is so precious. Sean Price in the house. Oh, that makes me so jealous because I want to collaborate with my little brother too. By little, I mean he's like 6'4", but he can sing and he refuses. So mom, get him on that so I can collaborate like Sammy and Sean just did, because that was absolutely incredible. Sammy Price, y'all. Get to know her. She is absolutely stunning. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. All right. Another Sammy that I know, I've known a long time. She's also from my hometown. I can't say enough good things about her. She's a singer, songwriter. She lives in a really cool city. Sammy Joe, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Hiya.
What's going on, girlfriend?
Not too much. How you doing?
Good. It is still light there on the West Coast.
It's still hanging on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What's it like up in Portland right now?
It's not too bad. It was pretty hazy today because we got some of the smoke from fires coming up, but hopefully that stays back and doesn't get super bad like it did.
Oof. Yeah. Fingers crossed for you. I mean, it looks like it's warm though, at least from what you're wearing, short sleeves.
Yeah. It's still nice and like temperate, you know, we
Good,
don't
yeah.
get too cold. It's not too hot.
Oh, I got to come visit. I've always wanted to come to Portland, check it out.
It is. It's really lovely. I love it up here.
Awesome. What are you up to right now? Like, are you just doing music, or are you doing things on the side? What's keeping you afloat?
I do some music. I just finished a show where I wrote the music and performed it live, and it was live streamed, and it's still up on YouTube to watch.
Yeah, that title is?
It's called From These Streets I Rise, and the company is Coho. That's COHO.
CohoProductions.com, right?
CohoProductions.com, or their YouTube page is Coho Theater, and it'll be like the first thing that shows up there. So yeah, that was really cool to get to do. And then I'm also a painter up here, and yeah.
I mean, you're in everything. If you want to define the word artist, it's Sammy Jo Pifer. I mean, she's incredible. I mean, the art that you did for the shows back when we were kids, like, was crazy. And I mean, the music that you write, everything you do, it's just like, it just rolls off your fingers or your tongue and it turns to gold.
Thank you so much.
I'm not lying. Like, this girl is someone to know. You play the banjo, is that right?
Yeah, I do.
And didn't you write some songs about our hometown influenced with the banjo?
Yes, I wrote a whole album, which you can check out on my Bandcamp page. I did a whole album for quarantine because that was the only time I had. I was like, I've always wanted to do an album of like campfire songs, and all of them are based off of yeah, like growing up in Hays, Kansas, and there's a ghost story song, and there's like songs about weird urban legends from Kansas. And
Yeah, like a blue light lady. What about that?
Yeah,
we used to like chase her. Like I'm sure you did too.
Yes. Yeah, and then there's another song on that album about a guy that we found instead of the blue light lady.
God, yeah, like I mean, you guys got to check this album out. And also all of the proceeds tomorrow, if you purchase the album, go directly to Sammy and all artists for that matter. So Bandcamp's doing a thing. So if you want to support artists, tomorrow's the day to do it on Bandcamp.
Yes. And Brianna Ellison also has Bandcamp. So if you
Yes,
like
she does.
music tonight, check out her Bandcamp tomorrow. So those proceeds can go to her. Also, did I hear right? Am I supposed to yell at your mom?
I believe so, yes, about producing her own music and getting it out there.
Share Bear, come on.
I mean, maybe she could use your dad, you know?
Yeah, or she can contact me. I can help her get it up on the webs.
There you go. See, Mom? There you go. We're all helping out each other.
Let me help you, Cheryl.
Absolutely. So, Sammy, what is on the horizon? Do you have any new music that you're going to be releasing?
I just released a new EP of 3 songs.
Yes. Tell me what those are about.
It's an EP called Songs for My Friends, and they were songs that I just wrote for my friends in the last couple weeks. It has been, I don't want to say easier to write music in this time, but I think that given the time when things were completely shut down, I have had to go back to work, but when things were completely shut down, I think that's the first time a lot of us had the opportunity of sort of stepping back and realizing, you know, what do I want to focus on in my life?
I'm with you.
Do I want to do my 9 to 5 every day and then crash at the end of the day? Or do I want to make the effort to, at the end of that 9 to 5, come home and like pump something out, like record something, even if it's just like a tiny snippet, just explore a little bit. And I think that it gave me the chance to try holding myself to that challenge, and it's been very fulfilling so far. So I encourage everyone, even I know it's really hard at the end of a work day to come home and like do something else, but even if it's just 10 minutes, like it'll probably turn into 25 minutes
or 55.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Everyone needs to be creative. It's an outlet, right?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't feed the soul, as you said.
Yeah. So before I let you go, where can we find your art? Can we buy it?
Oh, my painting. I post some of it on my Instagram. And I believe my Instagram handle will be shown during the song. So follow my Instagram. You can see some of my paintings. And you can message me through Instagram if you're interested in anything. Get in contact with me, and I'll sell
please
you
do. Sammy's very friendly. She will do anything you ask. So support her. Let her paint you a portrait or a picture, and buy it and support. All right, Sammy. So what are you sharing with us today?
Yeah, I got 2 songs. I got one that is the Blue Light Lady song, which is a song about a ghost in our hometown of Hays, Kansas. And I explain a little bit more about it in the song. And then I got another song that I wrote for a show back a couple years ago called No Romeo. And I wrote it for a production of Romeo and Juliet.
Very cool, lady. Well, thank you again for being here. It warms my heart that we can connect, and even being opposite coasts, we still are together tonight. So
yes, thank you so much. This is so awesome. And I'm so excited to be a part of something that's really like uplifting women's voices in music.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Without further ado, enjoy Sammy's music and check her out on Bandcamp. Buy her stuff.
This is a song I wrote a long time ago, but I only released it on my latest EP called The Bad Love Songs. And the song is called No Romeo. Well, apothecary, I let you in on something
and scary. I think I love a girl, but that no longer carries weight in this world. To love and to be left alone, nothing to be learned a house to. One day it's all gone by, just in the wind. I even must meet you in the wind. No, no, hey. No, your job's no longer around, so little space left in this town. The cemeteries took it all, a piece of pie and a spot is growing down. Found when she's still gone to the bay, the shitty feeling in the magic cure. They still live to thrive, but it's a different world now. You can't pay poverty with pills, but you can't pay your poverty with wheels, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah, oh, no, 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 situation's getting here. I'd rather die than live in a world where I'm all around by boys and girls high. Strings of dug and walls are melting. Is there no cure for all I felt in? Oh, such more drugs there should be, but you can't pay poverty with pills, but you can't pay your poverty with wills. You can't pay your poverty with pills, but you can't pay your poverty with the wills. You're singing, are you? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. You're singing, are you? No, no, you ain't no Romeo.
So this song is about a ghost story in Hays, Kansas, where I grew up, where Sarah grew up. There's a ghost story of a woman called the Blue Light Lady, and she was a nurse at the fort that our town was built off of. And she had the simple request of like where she wanted to be buried, and she wanted to be buried with the soldiers that she served and healed. And they didn't do that. So just felt like she deserved a song. And yeah, I distinctly remember as a child, like growing up, we would have seminars. They would interrupt our education to have like a farmer come in and tell us about when he saw the Blue Light Lady. Like the Blue Light Lady was sitting on his tractor one morning, like when he turned around. So like this was a big deal. This was a big deal in Hays, Kansas. So yeah, here's the song, The Blue Light Lady. There's a legend here I'm told of a lady dressed of old, spent a life of healing soul. Every day she woke the snow, buried in an ocean deep, so eternal summer is no sleep. Walks the prairie searching still for the placeman owner. She said, bury me up on the hill with my men and on me still. Bury me up on the hill, bury me up on the hill with my men and on me still. Bury me up on the hill. Blue light lady, blue light lady, blue light lady. Spent a life of healing sick, see her look like brick. 3 weeks will pay a toll for seeing the mercy soul. Walk spring of dusty dawn, such a verse and home. We buried all along redemption's old song. Bury me upon the hill with my men and me still. Bury me upon the hill, bury me upon the hill with my men and me still. Bury me upon the hill.
buried her in the quiet flyer. We couldn't give her that, buried her in the quiet flyer. We couldn't give her that, buried her in the quiet flyer. We couldn't give her that, no, no, no. There's your Kansas ghost story song.
Oh, Sammy, you're amazing. Seriously. Thank you for sharing a ghost story. And thank you for sharing all of your abilities with us. Please go check out her play, cohoproductions.com and Coho Production Theater on YouTube, because she needs to be known as an actress too, not just as a musician. She's just brilliant. Anyway, before I get on to this friend here who's been sitting in my bedroom this entire evening, I want to just talk one more time about womeninmusic.org. It's the organization that we're supporting tonight, and we are so thrilled with the donations. We're humbled by the support that we've gotten this evening. But if you're just tuning in now and you want to learn more about womeninmusic.org, please check them out. Please donate to our Venmo at High Glass Productions. We are donating everything that comes to us this evening to that organization that empowers women and helps their voices be heard. And last but not least this evening, this is Josh Bennett, everybody.
Hi guys. Hi Sarah.
Hi Josh. Man, it's been so long since I've seen you last.
I know, like 2 seconds ago I was on your pillows and
and now look.
Now I'm here.
Oh, so Josh, how have you been dealing with this pandemic?
Well, I went back to work pretty soon after. I was like a month and a half to maybe 2 months out when they had me come back to work. And so it's interesting. I think I have a slightly different viewpoint than people who have not come back to work. And I maybe have a slightly different viewpoint than a lot of people who'd never quit working. All of us have a little bit different flavor, especially in New York, because they are continuing to keep us back a little bit. I thought that during phase 3, we were going to go back to 25%, and then that got canceled. So I have been outside working in probably, I mean, the worst was when it was in the 90s. And because you were right there with me out on the patio, singing and then running my tail off to tables.
Legit tail. Like he lost probably 20 pounds.
I did.
Not that he was ever even heavy. He's
All
like a toothpick right now.
All the COVID weight that I put on and the marriage weight, because I got married a little over a year ago.
Congrats.
Has melted off. But it was an intense summer, but I'm glad that we're finally getting back. I hope that we can continue on this path. I hope that there's a vaccine so that we can really get back to life, because I know everybody is just aching no matter where you are, even if you are working, like even though we are working so much of our lives, especially in New York, we used to be out, we used to be about, and now we're like, we go home and, I just like immediately go straight to bed. We used to hang out with friends, like all of that.
This is my social life, hanging with Josh tonight. Like we don't hang out anymore.
It's true. Sarah is one of my 10, right? You're supposed to have 10.
For sure. Speaking of being with you, we have a lot of projects on the horizon. Do you want to talk about anything in particular?
We do. I'm so excited. The fact that we get to work together every day that we do work together, I think like 3 times a week, probably. It's getting to be,
and I'm not sick of him yet.
We have like several projects that we want to get started, and we hope that you guys will like stay tuned. I'm very excited because we have a hairband show that we want to put together. We have a duet show that we want to put together. We have a Broadway show that we want to put together. We have all of this stuff, and we want to be able to do it not just at Don't Tell Mama and not just in New York City, but we're hoping to get some out-of-town bookings, especially when COVID restrictions lift and that is super exciting to me. I know that we're going to talk about my songs in a second, but I'll incorporate that when we get to it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've been arranging music. These are exciting times for us to be creative. Just like everybody said, we've been quarantined and we've been, creating these ideas. So we're excited to be working together. And yeah, I love Josh. I'm so excited that he's allowing me to play on these songs tonight. And I'm going to sing with him and hopefully be something positive.
Oh my gosh. Well, the reason is because I don't play the piano that great. And I also am super lazy. So I said, hey, can I just come over and we can sing together and you can play my stuff? Yay.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here to my keyboard and Josh is going to tell you about the songs that he is going to be performing tonight. So Josh.
All right. So the first song, actually both of these songs I wrote in 2017. I was writing, co-wrote really with my friend Katia Malarski. We wrote a show called All You Have to Do Is Be. And a couple of things came out of that. I mean, it was right after we got our most recent administration and we were feeling frustrated. And I really wanted to have a cabaret show, especially as my debut, the first thing that I'd ever written, that was super positive and super happy. And so the first song that I wrote, this is called All Aboard, and it's basically the story. I wanted to write it like an autobiographical song about how I got to New York and, and actually sort of reclaiming my dreams. I got a job at a corporate office because I was like, I'm finally going to be an adult. My dad had just passed. I'm like, all right, it's time. It's time to be an adult. And I got this job, and 6 months later, I was super miserable. I was doing the same spreadsheets every day. And so I met a talent manager, and she was like, hey, you need to be writing, you need to be in cabaret and you need to be writing songs. And so this is one of those songs.
Here we go.
A small boy dreams on a Montana farm, hides from the world and keeps out of harm. He goes to church each Sunday, he goes to school each Monday, and all the while his heart is yearning for a world that keeps on turning. The young man dreams at a school Midwest. He can be himself, put his mind to the test. His eyes are finally opening, his inner passion growing, and soon he will be ready for the promised land he's waited for. All aboard your life, all aboard this dream, ready for this ride, all ahead full steam, only looking back to remember why you came. Your past has given you the tools to win the game. The young man dreams in the city of New. The place you belong ain't always kind to you, but his dreams won't die now. His strength will flourish somehow. He gathers up his courage new to step toward life. His dreams come true. All aboard your life, all aboard this dream, ready for this ride, all ahead full steam, only looking back to remember why you came. Your past has given you the tools to win the game. Your dreams are waiting for you. The path is laid before you. Jump into those open arms. The leap of faith can't be too hard. All aboard your life, all aboard this dream, ready for this ride, all ahead full steam, only looking back to remember why you came. The past has given you the tools to win the game.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Sure.
Fantastic. This is so amazing. It's so great to get to be a part of this evening. It's been so amazing to listen to everyone's work and everyone's personal journeys. I hope sincerely that in the future we can all come back together. I feel like we're being so clearly divided. And every day, you know, you look at Facebook. I shouldn't, but I do. Every day I look at Facebook and I think, my hope for the future is that we can all get back to that place where we are seeing more eye to eye instead of being divided by those things that might divide us. Anyway, that's a little political talk. The second song that I wrote was the title of my show, All You Have to Do Is Be. And I wrote this song to sort of maybe highlight like how we can look at life. So there's an optimistic way to look at life and there's a pessimistic way. I tend to always have sort of a more pessimistic view. So when I wrote this to even remind myself that you can look at life however you want, but the most important thing is that all you have to be is marvelous, wonderful you. If that includes sitting on your couch every day after work, fine. If that includes creating art every day after work, fine. If that includes not having a job or, you know, like having your own business, like fine. But you know what? As long as you're not harming anybody else, as long as you are being true to yourself, then all you have to do is be. So we start out with the pessimistic. The game of life we're here to play. It's one big mess and doesn't go our way. We can't say love, no end in sight. Where will we end up? We may have to fight. Our purpose ain't clear, who knows what to do? But don't give up, 'cause one thing is true. The games people play, you don't need to play them. The things people say, you don't need to say them. You can turn your life into what you want to see. And all you have to do is be, just be. Just be, just be. And now for optimistic. This game of life you get to play. You're in control, it can go your way. Stand for love and what is right. Life is the goal, so fight with all your might. Our purpose is clear, to yourself be true. And never give up, you only have to be you. Because the games people play, you don't need to play them. The things people say, you don't need to say them. You can turn your life into what you want to see. And all you have to do is be, just be. Just be, just be. Step out of fear if you want to be free. The games people play, you don't need to play them. The things people say, you don't need to say them. You can turn your life into what you want to see. And all you have to do is be, just be. Just be. Just be. Just be. All right, thank you. Thank you.
my gosh,
Sarah.
you guys, that was Joshua Bennett. That was like
Right.
the last, what was the last time you performed those?
I mean, the last time that I performed them was in 2017 when I did my last show. I did happen to get copyrights, luckily, through the show for those songs.
And Nick Searles let us know that you need to get copyrighted so people don't steal your material.
That's right, exactly. Thank you, Nick.
All right, everybody. Once again, thank you. We are above and beyond like thrilled with I'm sorry, I have reverb on. I'm gonna turn this off. Thank you so much for being here this evening and for contributing and for listening to all these brilliant, brilliant people. We're gonna have another one of these soon, and we will let you know when that is. But in the meantime, just love one another. Like, be kind. Just reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Just say, hey, they might need it. You might need it. And yeah.
Well,
just
thank you, Sarah. Thank you, High Glass.
Yeah.
This has been a great evening of music.
Absolutely.
And spoken word.
And spoken word.
Absolutely.
So
Gorgeous.
yeah, we will see you all soon. And in the meantime, be well. Mwah. Good night.